Hey, it's Valerie Jardin. A lot of people ask me, why Fujifilm? So I thought I'd do a little video and tell you the whole story. So about 3 years ago, just about that, when the Fujifilm X100S came out, I was still shooting with a DSLR. I was a commercial photographer working for clients, mostly interiors and food, and but doing a lot of street photography for personal projects, and I had already started my workshop, so I was in a transition at the time. And so for my personal projects and my street photography, I was using my DSLR, and that was fine. It worked great. But when this camera came out, actually the previous one, this is the T and it was the S at the time, I took one look at it. First of all, I thought it was the sexiest camera ever. I just loved the look of it. And then the fact that it's small, that retro look that people don't even notice, or they'll notice they think it's a film camera. I just love that. The fact that it has this fixed focal length, there was so much that fit me in that camera. So I ordered one, and I was getting ready to go on a vacation to Iceland and Paris. And I had my DSLR kit ready, big backpack with all my lenses, the 70-200, the 24-70, and so forth. And then I had this one, and I thought, well, for Iceland, it was only 4 days, I'll just use the DSLR. And then for the rest of the trip, I will do mostly street photography, I will use this one. Well, at the last minute, just as we're getting ready to go to the airport, I left the DSLR behind on purpose. And I thought, you know what, this is gonna be the test. Am I gonna really fall in love with this camera? And so I left to Iceland with this camera, fixed focal length, can't change it, you can't add to it. Well, you could, but at the time I didn't have any conversion lenses. So this was it. I was stuck at 23mm, 35mm equivalent for my Iceland trip, and then a month in Paris after that. And I loved it. I never, well, maybe once or twice, I missed the 70-200 because the wild horses in Iceland didn't come close enough for this camera, but otherwise I made it work. I'm not a landscape photographer, so it was more taking a few snapshots anyways, but I loved this on the streets of Reykjavik already. So I thought, well, if I love it here in the small city, I'm gonna love it in Paris. So the next part of the trip was actually going to Paris, and I feel I did my best work that year. Because it was liberating. It just put the fun back into the photography. I wasn't worried about carrying gear. All I had is this and a couple extra batteries in my pocket or in a very small camera bag. And the fact that it's a fixed lens that you cannot remove, I love that. And I was using small lenses on my DSLR at the time. Of the last year or two shooting street, I was using the 40mm pancake lens because it was so much smaller. So I was fine with just not carrying extra lenses and not having any more reach. So that part did not bother me at all. But it felt like it became an extension of my vision. And the fact that it was silent, that I didn't have to bring it to my face to shoot, it made me shoot in a way that was a lot more dynamic. I could take low angles, something that I wasn't doing so automatically with the DSLR, where you tend to shoot more at eye level. So after the trip, came back here and phased out my commercial photography business completely and went 100% teaching workshops. And this was it. Sold the kit, never missed it. And now this is my camera of choice. Along with the new X770, which is much smaller, and that's the camera that I take like at times when I would only have my phone normally, like if I'm going to the store or if I'm going to dinner. I'll usually, if I'm not going on a photo walk, then I'll take the smaller camera because it fits in just a regular purse. So this is my story, and I love it. Ciao.